the heart of 18th century Europe, a name was about to echo across history. From the narrow streets of Frankfurt, a family rose to power, wealth, and secrecy: the Rothschilds. Meyer Amschel Rothschild, the patriarch, began his journey as a humble coin dealer. But he saw beyond coins. He saw that money was not only currency, it was power, leverage, and destiny. In an era when Europe was divided by wars and monarchs, Meyer built relationships with princes and noblemen. He was not only trading coins, he was trading trust. From his 5 sons, Meyer built a network across Europe: Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna, Naples. Each son became not just a banker, but a node in a powerful international web. This gave the Rothschilds something no king or emperor had: speed. Their couriers carried news faster than any official empire messenger. During the Napoleonic Wars, information meant survival. While nations clashed, the Rothschild network quietly expanded, growing richer with every conflict. Perhaps their most famous legend comes from the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. It is said Nathan Rothschild in London received the news of Napoleon's defeat hours before the British government. With that knowledge, Nathan allegedly made bold moves in the stock market, cementing the Rothschild fortune forever. Some say it is myth, others claim it is truth. But the legend endures. By the mid-19th century, the Rothschilds were not just bankers. They were the unseen force behind governments, wars, and industries. And yet they lived quietly, avoiding titles and crowns. Their power lay not in public display, but in influence: subtle, silent, and absolute. By the early 19th century, Meyer's 5 sons had spread across Europe. They were not just bankers, they became power brokers in politics, war, and trade. Each son was stationed in a major European city: Amschel in Frankfurt, Salomon in Vienna, Nathan in London, Karl in Naples, and James in Paris. This strategy created the first true multinational financial network. Messages, gold, and bonds moved faster through Rothschild couriers than through royal messengers. The Napoleonic Wars tested this network. While Europe was in chaos, Nathan Rothschild in London turned war financing into unprecedented profit. He famously bought British government bonds when others panicked. When victory was declared, their value soared, making him one of the richest men in Europe. Yet money alone was not their true power. The Rothschilds mastered information. Their couriers delivered battle results before even kings knew them. Governments borrowed from them. Monarchs sought their counsel. Even enemies of each other trusted Rothschild gold. This influence caused whispers and legends. How could one family influence wars, kings, and the fate of nations? By mid-century, they had become synonymous with old money itself. Their fortune was not just vast, it was hidden, complex, and untouchable. While empires rose and fell, the Rothschild dynasty endured. Their story was no longer about a single man, but a global legacy. As the 19th century advanced, the Rothschild dynasty expanded beyond banking. They financed railways, mining, and global trade. In France, James Rothschild built a financial empire that shaped Paris into a center of modern finance. In London, Nathan's descendants invested heavily in railroads that connected cities and changed economies forever. By controlling critical infrastructure, the Rothschilds were not just bankers. They were the architects of modernization. Their influence stretched into politics. They funded both governments and industries, shaping laws and economies. Yet, with power came suspicion. Newspapers and rivals accused them of secret plots and hidden control over nations. The Rothschild name became surrounded by myths: rulers of finance, shadows behind thrones, the unseen hand of history. Despite rumors, their true legacy was visible: railroads, mines, banks, and charities that reshaped nations. By the late 1800s, the Rothschilds were considered the wealthiest family in the world. Their fortune was unmatched. But history was moving toward new conflicts. A new century, new wars, and new challenges awaited the dynasty. As the 20th century dawned, the Rothschild dynasty faced both opportunity and danger. The world was changing rapidly. During World War I, Rothschild banks financed governments, war bonds, and reconstruction. Their influence remained vital. But the war also fractured empires. New nations rose, monarchies fell, and the Rothschilds had to adapt once again. In the 1930s, the Great Depression challenged global finance. Even the Rothschilds saw their power tested. World War II brought even darker times. In Nazi-occupied Europe, Rothschild properties were seized and family members fled. Yet, after the war, the dynasty survived. They rebuilt businesses, supported charities, and maintained a quieter but enduring role. Today, the Rothschilds are no longer the undisputed rulers of global finance. Yet their legacy is everywhere. Their name symbolizes wealth, secrecy, and power, sometimes feared, sometimes admired, but never forgotten. The Rothschild dynasty reminds us that history is shaped not only by kings and generals, but also by families of finance. And so, their story continues, a chronicle of ambition, wealth, and influence that still echoes in our world today.